For me, it was a little bit of the opposite because I did have a father in the home. My parents have been married for like 27 years, so and my father treats my mother well. Like they're still in love. I feel like a third wheel when they go out after 27 years. Like I feel like a third wheel when we go out. But I see the effects from kind of the opposite side when going out and looking for relationships and talking to black women, because I'm gonna say it right now, I love my sisters. You know, I don't necessarily date outside of my race. I don't actually at all. So I'm gonna just be real about it. But what I see is because my father trained me in a certain way, you know, through his actions and how he treated my mother. And so when I go out, I seek to treat women the same way that my father treated my mother, like a queen. The problem is that's not well received. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I'll be soft, I'll be simping, I'll be a punk. But I'm not doing anything that I'm not, you know, and in my mind, it used to a lot of times confuse me because it's like, well,
what do you want?
Well, you know, I'm just doing everything that I was taught to do.
Right.
You know, and I'm just treating you like you're supposed to be treated. In my mind, I'm not saying that this is like really the way, but this just in my mind, in my rationale, but it's not received that way. Right. It's received as I'm being soft. I'm not being, you know, I'm not being a real man. You know, whatever that real man is supposed to be. And then also, but I can still see the effects of that too. You know, about how, you know, maybe this woman had issues with other men who hadn't been raised very well by their fathers, or they had like player fathers, or their fathers weren't really there in the home. And I can see the effects that they had on them and how in turn she relates to me in that specific way, you know. So it's pretty interesting to see things like that play out. At the same time, I don't think that it's a hopeless situation either.
No.
You know, I don't think that it's a hopeless situation, because one thing that, you know, my family always tells me is that when you are faced with truth, you have two options. You either align yourself with the truth or you get out of the way. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times, you know, when faced with, and I'm naming it the right way, you know, people usually, you know, have a good time. Like they usually begin to understand. It's a process. Like you gotta read through some walls and some stuff. Like you gotta read through some walls and some stuff. But it's a process too. And then at the same time, even though you have a father in the home, that doesn't mean that you have everything down pat. Like I got some I have trust issues. I have real bad trust issues. Like and I have real bad issues concerning me and who I deem worthy to spend my hard-earned money on from my two jobs. Like, I'm serious. Like, my hard-earned money on it. So, and I have, like, issues with showing emotions, too, right, to people, because I don't really like showing emotions all the time because of the way that I've been treated. Right. And so, even with a father in the home. Right. So, there's still some issues when it comes to relationships, too.
Right. And I would definitely like to go into that, and I'll also let you speak on that, too, Mel. And just to basically, in response to what you said, first of all, I would say to you, please don't change, because there are a lot of good men out there that when they come across women who have been damaged by, like you said, first of all, we already know that there are invisible hands. We know that. Like, we're all in agreement of the invisible hands. But stepping outside of the invisible hands, we only can deal with who we see on a regular basis. And I would say to you is, first of all, I would say thank you for being different. And I would like to speak on behalf of myself and on all the men out there who are actually nice, respectful, and are kind to their women and just want to take care of their women and pamper their women, and the women, because I've seen it firsthand. I've seen men who are like, I love this woman, I just want to be with her, I just want to take care of her, and the woman's like, fuck you, nigga, you know, and I've seen it. And you have to realize that, I'm not saying that it's okay, I'm not condoning it, but that's pain.
And that's not every woman.
And that's not every woman. No, definitely, that's definitely not every woman, but there's a good portion out there that do that. Because if it wasn't, then we wouldn't have a devastating amount of broken relationships that we do. But I would just say that continue to be that way, because your actions could potentially, you know, help and heal a woman. I'm not saying to go out there and that's your job, because you know what I mean. I'm not saying that that's not your job, but I'm just saying that But I think that it's important that we don't become callous based off of somebody else's actions, because women are scorned because they, like I said, it goes back to that father wasn't in the home. And when you didn't have a man to go out there and to show you and to love you and to hold your hand and to take care of you. Like if you ever see, I would have to say like Latinos, if you ever see like a Mexican guy with his daughter, like he's holding his daughter's hand, he's muy so bonita, and like he's telling her, she's showing her value. So by the time, and of course we're not generalizing, just some, but I've noticed it. So by the time she's of age, you know what I mean? Like she already know what's up. You don't have to come to her and be like, oh, you ugly, because her poppy has already told her what it was.